The text-to-column feature is used to break up phrases or groups of words in a cell into their own cells. And in this example, we have the name here, and I want to break it up into last name and first name, where they get their own columns here, or their own cells. And to do that, what I want to do is go ahead and right-click on the column C header to insert another column. So I've got one for the last name and one for the first. Or if I want to keep this as the full name, this column is last name, and then I'd right-click to insert another column for the first name. I can do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit undo because I'm just going to have it as last and first. In any case, to go ahead and use this feature, select the range of data that you want to break up, and then come up here and click on the Data tab, go to the Data Tools group, and click on Text to Columns. Opens up a wizard that's going to ask us some questions. Based upon our answers, it'll fix this and break them up, the text within the column here. And the first one is that choose the file type that best describes your data. Is your data within that cell broken up by delimiters such as commas or tabs, or is it fixed? Like every 5 spaces, it breaks up to the next set of data, and it's always going to be 5. Well, it's not 5, because their last names are all varying, so thank goodness we have something that breaks it up. That's a delimiter. So let's go ahead and leave it as is and click on Next. And then the delimiter default is tab. It's not going to be that. It's a comma, right? So Klinger, comma, Max, Appleman, comma, Bob. So let's check that. And then notice down the data preview how it breaks it up. Well, before I go ahead and say that's okay, there's also a space, right? Appleman, comma, space, Bob. So we've got Appleman broken up, space, Bob. I don't want the space, so let me go ahead and choose the space so it collapses against it. So when that gets broken up into another column, it's not space Bob, space Danny, and so on. And go ahead and click Next, and it says, okay, where do you want to dump the data? You can see down below in the preview how it breaks it up and see if that looks apropos. And there we go, Klinger, Max, Appleman, Bob, their own separate cells, looks good. And with the destination being in B5, it's going to dump, well, the first column in this range here, and then copy over the next column into the next column to the right. So click Finish, and sweet, there we go. And I can just come up here and say that's last, and this is first, all done. Now you might be thinking to yourself, hey, wait a minute, in the previous training video we learned about flash fill. Couldn't that work? Yes, it could, but only in some instances where you may want to use text to column than flash fill. And you'll figure that out as you, well, depending upon your database and what you're doing, which is going to work for you, because you can still go ahead and, undo, 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 and then try to use the flash fill here and say this one's going to be the last name. And even though I type in quite a few here, it doesn't look like it sees a pattern. Otherwise it would have done an auto preview. So if I want, I can go ahead and select, well, the range here, and then click and drag down and see if I can do a flash fill, and click on the drop down arrow and choose flash fill. Okay, well, that works. Just didn't give me the preview. But nonetheless, you're going to find out in your database that when you come to a certain point, if the flash fill isn't going to work, well, there you go. You have text to columns. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel, get notified of the latest videos, and for only $2 a month, you can have access to all my Microsoft Office training videos.